Good afternoon from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. It's 1:24 p.m. on the 3rd of June 2024. I've had a lovely visit from my friend Sally, who came over from New Zealand, and during the course of her visit she had a look at my laptop and discovered that it's my keyboard that's not been working and doing weird things. All this time I thought it was my own stupidity or inability to function with technology. So I'm grateful that we made that discovery, and I've been out and I've bought a new keyboard, and hopefully things will operate a bit more smoothly. And it was lovely to see I call her my Sally. It was lovely to see my Sally. It's been a while. Last trip she made, I don't think she had time to see me, so it was delightful to see you, my darling. And she even video called her partner, and I said hello to him and his mum, and it was just so lovely, like being part of a family. I really loved that. So anyway, I've been down, got my new keyboard, which I don't need for the purpose of this video. Got a new mouse that came with it. The old mouse was working, but it won't work with the dongle. It's a different dongle, so I'm using the new mouse key. And hopefully we'll be cooking on gas this afternoon for my usual vlog. So today's memories are of the 3rd of June 2024, and it's titled Kabbalah Notes and Me, as usual, pushing myself beyond mortal ken. Tenacious Mama T. Indeed, I am at times. Very, very tenacious. And the photograph I have for today's title is really a meme, and it says, "Never beg for a seat when you can build your own table. Read that twice." So yes indeed. This morning, before I got the lovely surprise visit from Mama Sally, I woke up at 7:30 a.m. What is it about being sick that lurches my body into overdrive? Bejesus. But I got out of bed, made a cup of tea, ate coleslaw for breakfast, laughing out loud, and watched Hocus Pocus's latest video. It's a paranormal show they put out monthly, and by they, that is Thomas Sheridan and Sarah Mondaini. Brilliant and entertaining. Happy Mama T now, and even happier Mama T, because, as I said, I got the surprise visit from my friend Sally. So, very lovely day today. 3rd of June 2023. Feeling dizzy and weak after walking bow, so I've had to lie down. I was planning on going dancing tonight. I had a lovely day chatting with Nige and Luke, whom I know from Ecstatic Dance. It was great to catch up with them. Peter came past with little Coco this morning also, and on our walk this afternoon I stopped by his house. He was frantically searching for a carpet python, probably the same one that turned up in my bathroom, am I right? As he wanted to catch it, as he fears it will eat Coco. We couldn't find it. He gave me a big square of old gold rum and raisin chocolate. It was delicious, but I probably hurt my sore tooth by chomping down on it. Why is my mouse not working? Jesus. Let me try again. And now it's flicked off. No, that's not right. Don't want that. What am I doing? Oh dear goddess, I'm really struggling, you know, it's not good. It's actually gone completely out, which means I have to navigate to the page again. Okay. Stay calm, Tanya, stay calm. Where was I? I'll try it this way. Third. No, that won't work. Stories. I don't know why that happened, people. In the middle of my video again. Oh dear goddess. Well, the thing is not to panic. Not to panic, people. We're in the garden, in my sacred space, with the wind blowing in my hair. Wildness, freedom, happiness. We'll get there, we will get there. Oh, poor Mama too. I'm feeling very fragile lately, it's not good. I don't normally feel this fragile. I hope I'm not losing cognition, to be honest. It's the lack of sleep and the constant grinding, peeing, and yeah. I'm having a sleep study in 2 nights' time. Yes, it is 2 nights' time. Wednesday night. So that shall be elucidating, or something like that. Alright, little Charlie. Your mother's flipped out of the screen, and I don't know how I did that. I don't know if it was me or the laptop that did it. And now I can't get the mouse to work again. Oh, bejesus. Now it's kicked me out again. It was the laptop that did it, because I didn't touch anything just then. I wish this gin would get out of my computer. It's very, very bad. Yes, Charlie. Yes, Charlie. Well, all I can do, when in doubt, just keep going, people of Earth. Am I right? It's some lovely compliments on JB Hi-Fi. One young lady at the door, the welcoming committee, or the door person, complimented me on my flower. And then the other young lady at the counter, when I went to pay for my new keyboard, complimented me on my earrings. It's delightful. I didn't actually make these earrings, these were my mother's. I mean, I could probably make something similar, but I did not do these ones. But I did put new sterling silver hooks on them. That part I did do. I'm supposed to go to the markets on Sunday. I've prepaid and everything. I don't feel well enough. Don't think I'm going to make it. And the organisers are going to get annoyed, because it'll be the second time I've cancelled out on them. So, not good. And yes, I've lost my mouse. Mouse, where are you? Is there a mouse in this house? This is what's happening. It's the mouse now playing up. It's brand new mouse. Worked perfectly before. Aha. Here we go. Let's try again. You ring that bell, Charlie. You ring the bell. The fairies like it when you ring the bell. Maybe they'll take this annoying gin that's interfering with my computer with them. Back to the deserts in the Middle East you go, gin. You're not welcome inside my machine. No ghosts allowed in my machine, babies. But here we go. Here we go. Still struggling. Nearly there. as long as it doesn't sabotage me at the last moment. Right, where are we? Right, here we go. Back, 3rd of June. Yay! Right. I don't know what happened there. It's all a bit mad, isn't it? Where was I? Oh, I'll say that last paragraph again. Read that last paragraph again. He, being Peter, gave me a big square of old gold rum and raisin chocolate. It was delicious, but I promptly hurt my sore tooth by chomping down on it. Oh well, this keeps happening. I will have to get all my teeth removed. Indeed, although I don't like the idea of not having teeth either. So one can simply not win. Here's a photo of the beautiful bangle I made out of sterling silver antique tongs, which I did have up for sale, but nobody bought. Probably thought they were too expensive, so I'm keeping them now. I am keeping them, my darlings. Here's the what do you call it? The pattern of it. Can you see it? No. All you can see is... Ah, yeah, there it is. It's a lovely pattern. I bought it for that reason alone. But hey, you get that. I'm going to have to make a really strong decision about whether I go to the market on Sunday, because I'm not feeling well at all, which is a shame. I finally bent the last copper bangle. I bought Protector Clear to coat it with, so it won't turn green on human skin. I think I will coat all my copper bangles. They look so beautiful, all shiny. I also bent the sterling silver tongs into a bangle. I'm yet to polish it up. So there's the copper and the sterling silver. £12:20 p.m. I have showered and just finished bathing Beauregard. I'm flowing through life graciously. Success is a clean dog. 1:03 a.m. I should have gone dancing. Instead, I'm lying here, hacking up a lung, wrestling with the angel of insomnia. Oh, the irony. My friend Jan wrote, "Hope you feel better and get some sleep." So I replied, "I fell asleep around 5ish and woke up at 10 a.m. Boy, that's so weird. Given how hard I worked, I should have passed out most of the night. My nervous system is fully activated. Tonight I will dance to shake it out a bit. It goes to show my body really expects that shimmy and shakedown. Lol." 3rd of June 2022. Weak as a kitten, very dizzy, lack of air and probably low blood pressure. But I am out of bed, holding onto the wall, making pumpkin soup like a Viking berserker queen. Shabbat Shalom, you all. Remember, never fuck with the Tanya. By that I meant I was performing superhuman feats, just functioning like that when I really wasn't well. It was very bad that year. I thought I was going to die, actually, to be honest. Well, I didn't die, did I? No, I'm back in the game of life. 3rd of June 2021, 11:11 a.m. Another day in paradise. Sigh. What magic and mystery will we wring from our mortal fractalized existence today? I worked hard yesterday, so this morning I feel cracked open like a whittled down husk. I humbly ask my angels, be gentle with me. I'm a 56-year-old woman who arrived too late for the sumptuous feasting and gorging on life's cornucopia. I can only achieve things in fits and starts, and sometimes that meant startling myself and semi-comatose fitting. But I am getting better at trying new things and trusting that I am supported and loved, if only by the unseen ones. So I have seen exponential growth in my own tired old life. New things, but same, drifting on my groove like a melody ingrained into a groove on vinyl, soundless and useless until someone takes me up and lovingly matches me with the correct component so I can be seen and heard as the magical, musical, artistic, whatever energy signature I came down to earth preloaded with, until all my abusers threw me off my track and made me lose my vibe. Blech. But don't play me for a fool with trickster insincerity and fucking bathos, okay? I know whom I am now and what I deserve. I might never achieve the love I craved since infancy. Safe, authentic, life-affirming, stable and loyal love. Ha ha ha. For that I had to cut my own groove, and it was painful and arduous, but I got there. Being true to myself in a world of deception and delusion and treachery, no mean feat. So thank you to the ones who loved me when I was struggling for decades, my earth angels. You are incredibly powerful and loving souls, and how our mortal enemies underestimated us. C'est la vie. They have their own karma to deal with. Kiss them off into their own darkness and keep shining bright until, one by one, they grow and glow according to their true natures, which always was, is, and ever shall be. Love. I realised this evening that I have been free, this was in 2021 still, of psych meds for 5 years today. So it's 8 years today. Yay me! Staying sane in the membrane without pharmacological hamstering. Hamstering is what it was. Happy anniversary to owning my own mind, body and spirit. Woot! That is wonderful news, said my friend Laura Martin. I'm so happy to see you unleashing your creativity in your new jewellery making projects. You are amazing. And I replied, thanks Laura, kiss, kiss, kiss. 3rd of June 2020, seeing 11s all day, which means I need to be ready for anything as the spiritual world is calling me to full attention. And then, back in 2020, I posted photos of me from when I was briefly at Victoria University of Wellington. Miss Tanya Desiree Phillips. Oh dear goddess. Still got that cardigan somewhere too. It shrank terribly and I'm thinking about felting it and turning it into a handbag or something. It was a beautiful fair old cardigan handed down to me from my sister, who I think wore it after my mother had worn it, and it just would not die like Tanya Phillips Aaron's. Almost indestructible, albeit now fragile and consugied and a bit broken, but we glue together well, we Aaronses. I'm holding myself together. 17 going on 18, my second year at university at VUW. I was involved in student politics, dropped out halfway due to sexual harassment. Awful, foul place. Hadn't been so fucking awful, I might have at least got a Bachelor of Arts. No, instead forced out of my potential career potentiates. Oh well, doesn't matter now. It really doesn't. Water under the bridge, I guess. Nah, I choose to be livid about it still. What the actual fuck. But anyway, depends on what mood I'm in every given day if I want to maintain the rage, people. Sometimes I just don't have the energy for the rage anymore. I signed my name Tanya with an I as I had newly discovered that my stupid father had spelled it that way on my birth certificate. So I thought I had to legally sign it that way. This enraged me so much, as I had always spelled my name as Tanya with a Y, that I legally changed it to the correct spelling by deed poll. Yep. It upset me no end that along with a myriad of other more serious abuses, my dickhead family had even misspelled my given names on my original birth certificate. Like, what the actual fuck? Seriously. But size, what's in a name? It's just a label society judges you by, like my last surname that I have not divested myself of in 36 years. Try 40 years now. Yes. It's a strange anomaly. Phillips, Aaron's, universal schmuck. Makes no difference. In this photo, I was already dating Michael. Little dead-eyed Tanya child. What would I tell you now if I could go back in time? You were so innocent, naive, trusting, believing in love and family, when in reality you had neither. I am so proud of you for the long, hard, arduous, tortuous journey back to wholeness. It took 55 years. Little girl and wild Mama T are back, integrated and full of hope. It's quite cold out here actually, I need to move into the sun. Still yearning, which is ridiculous, but all good, all part of the human condition, wanting what is denied us by fate, just because. Little girl, I salute you, I honour you, I gift you starry eyes and smiling skies, warm thighs, comfort and humanity amidst the befoulments, kindness and compassion to yourself and others like you. Disregard the rest. They are unworthy of your deep love and light, yet you love them anyway. Carry on the psychedelic dreaming. Know you are blessed, even if only by the unseen ones. And my beautiful friend Sally, and my beautiful friend Lynn, and my handsome friend Jared, and my doctors, and my Brooklyn Standard friends, and my bird. I'm loved quite a bit, I think, for all my struggles. Your price is far beyond rubies as you scrape those gnarly diamonds out of the soles of your feet. Your soul has no colour, but your life has great meaning in spite of everything. A bag my Israeli friend Tully made for me when I was 17 or 18. It needs a wash, a bit dusty, and I actually renovated it a bit and added more charms to it. Let me see if you can see it. Oh yeah, sort of, kinda. I came across an old diary with notes from the Kabbalah classes I attended in 2001. A toxic environment as the teacher was friends with that former lover, David Davidson, and they used to go out of their way to humiliate me, actually made filthy references about my vagina, so I eventually quit. But I pushed myself to continue with the classes over several months as I was thirsty to learn Kabbalah, and as I had been driven out of university at age 18, I hoped I could not be denied or driven out of a learning environment yet again. But it got too much. I have not attended any formalised classes since, because humans suck. I also got driven out of a TAFE many years ago when I was leaving my marriage and was deeply traumatised. And again, the other students, adult people these were, and the staff kind of ganged up on me, so I walked out of that course too. It's just awful how I've been treated, and I don't understand why. I'm a really lovely person who deserves to succeed along with every other person in the known universe. But when I go to, proper classes, the vilification and the othering starts almost immediately. So I'm very knee-jerk, reactive about attending classes. It's why I'm teaching myself silversmithing and refuse to join lapidary clubs, which everyone in the AJS and the jewelry supply shop recommended I go and do, but I can't subject myself to other people's bigotry or bullying or harassment or vilification. I'm much better to learn at my own pace and from YouTube or Instagram or Facebook and just do my own thing, ride my own bicycle, babies, almost literally. Anyway, here are the notes. Some are quite interesting. It's funny how I preserved these all these years, even though I hated that bastard, that dirty, filthy old man. Well, he's dead now. He's buried up at Mount Gravatt Cemetery with the most splendiferous, grandiose grave because he was a Freemason, but it's actually so grandiose. It's not usually done for Jewish graves to be that ostentatious. Narcissistic, psychopathic old bastard is what he was. But anyway, here we go. The legs, 15th of May 2001. Beliefs concerning feet, knees, footprints. Legs are emblems of dignity, strength and nobility. I think that should, mobility. Hello, off my head I am. Man alone walks upright. The eyes, nose and ears we have no control over what we hear, see or smell. The hands we can control unless in reflex. The feet are also controlled. We choose which direction to move in and to skip or jump, etc. Mouth, we control our sounds we choose to make. Don't bite your mother, you mean little bird. In scripture, a man's beauty is expressed in terms of his legs. Example, chapter 5, verse 5, Song of Songs, Psalm 146. The horse is elegant and noble. Legs are attractive. This is meant to be Kabbalah class, people. I guess there is a fair bit of sexual analogy in the Zohar and Kabbalah, but do you think the old man was a bit obsessed? I do. He was leering at my legs at the time. I'm known in the Jewish community for having very lovely legs, which is weird. Like, my legs aren't too bad, but the way they used to obsess over them was inappropriate. And that was other Jewish women in the community, by the way. By the gods. Inappropriate. Where was I? Legs are attractive. Man's thigh is a sign of physical stamina and virility and beauty. Don't mind a nice turn of leg on a man. My friend Jared has the exact same shaped legs as mine, only longer and more masculine because he's taller than me. But we've got the same shaped feet and ankles and everything. That's why he's my brother from another mother. It's quite astonishing how similar we are, though. The thigh bone is the longest femule in the body. Dionysus was born out of the thigh of Jupiter. In Hindu legend, Orva was born out of the thigh of his mother, and Nishad was born out of the thigh of his father. Femule means that which engenders. The man who wrestled with Jacob at Peniel put Jacob's thigh out of joint, renaming him Israel, Sar of God, Prince. Men adopt the form of the existence of angels. When they ascend to the sphere of the angels. Rambam taught that angels exist only in the mind. These forms have no real existence. She's feisty today. Jacob only had encounters with a man in a vision. Explain that when your leg's been broken by some supernatural entity. The wound in the left thigh, which is the support of the lower body. Even with an injured thigh, Jacob continues the struggle until morning, knowing that his adversary has power over him at night only. In daylight, demons and figments of imagination disappear. Not always. Have you met David Davidson and Emmanuel Meshes? While they're together in whatever corner of hell is reserved for men who debase decent women that come to your Kabbalah classes, am I right? If there truly is a God, there will be some kind of fucking re-education in the spirit world. That's all I have to say about that. Hey, no. No, be naughty. Ish means man of God, lowest category of angel. The man who fought him was an angel of Esau, Jog or Esav. Esau or Esav, I'm never sure. Jacob's brother and enemy. Egregore or group soul. Every nation has one. Adam means man of earth. Ish means man of spirit or fire. Some believe that this vision was a prophetic dream about the Roman conquest of Israel, invading Jerusalem and destroying the temple. Esau represents I'm going with Esau. Esau represents the Roman Empire, Jacob, the Jews. Which is kind of weird when you think about it, since they were twins, and I think Esau was the elder one, and Jacob came out clutching his heel, I think it was, and he also stole his inheritance out from under him too. But anyway, thighs represent power. To bring a person down, you pull them down by the thigh, as in wrestling. Standing on one leg concentrates psychic power. Formal curses were done by standing on one leg, e.g. in yoga. Foot, in comparison with man, is in direct contact with the earth. God gave the children of Israel the commandments at the foot of the mountain to teach them to respect the law with both feet on the ground. People spend their lives with feet squarely on the ground, not to aspire to intellectual flights of fantasy. Foot, pedestal, pedals. Tellurian power is power that comes from the earth into man. Which is why I like to be barefoot in my garden and around the house. Most of the time it's getting a bit cold these days for that. Supernatural creatures that walk on earth give power to the earth. If you have energy which comes from above, you give back to the earth. In ancient times, religious cult rites are performed by priests unshod. Were performed by priests unshod. 5 arteries are concentrated in the foot. The heel regulates psychic power. The big toe regulates sexual rhythm. Interesting, isn't it? The ball of the foot, the digestive process. The arch of the foot, breathing. The instep, the vascular system, i.e. the heart. Regular massage of the arteries is beneficial. In Hindu occult, the heel bears a connection with balance and connection to the body. Posture, with heels raised from the ground, signifies hubris, imbalance, ambition, concentration of the upper world. Ritual limping was deliberately cultivated in certain primitive tribes. A person standing on one leg gives direction of power. Lameness was believed to increase sexual ability through strengthening the tendons of the groin. Foot binding in China deformed girls' feet to strengthen the reflex of the sexual organ of women. Some Amazon princesses used to break the leg of male prisoners. They discovered lame sexual partners performed better. Oh dear goddess. Panthemic contagion. Panthemic, it's written. Footprints of saints and holy men are preserved and revered in parts of the world. It is sexually alluring to men if women walk deliberately slowly, e.g. Chinese women crippled with bound feet were unable to walk fast, therefore women were subjugated by men. I'm trying not to laugh, it's not funny, but it's true, because I've done it. You know, when you do that really slow wiggle and sashay, it's like, come and get it, baby. Oh wait, too slow. But I must admit, when I'm being my little femme fatale that comes out to play occasionally, I can do the slow, alluring walk and the sashay like the best of them. Achilles' heel was wounded by a spear. Ra's heel was bitten by a snake sent by Isis. Oedipus's ankles were wounded by his father's brooch. Instrument of death is a symbol. Isis gained control of the sun, Ra, and the moon. Esau, born first. Jacob, one who grabbed by the heel, took Esau's birthright and then had to run away from him. Ireland has the symbol of 3 feet in a wheel, which symbolises the sun. Lying at a person's feet is being vanquished by that person. To trample underfoot is to tyrannise people. The foot of a holy person is holy as it transmits to the ground. Explorers claim victory of land by setting foot down on it. Getting up with the left foot is a bad omen. Slaves kiss the foot of their master as a sign of humility. Loosening one's things and standing in bare feet was a sign of respect for holy ground. Washing guests' feet was a sign of hospitality and humility. Carmelite monks express poverty through bare feet to show humility and poverty. Marks, blemishes caused by erosion in rocks were believed to be left by magical beings. To walk in someone's footsteps is to take the persona of a person in spirit, a role model. The ancient veneration of greatest figures is remembered in Groman's Chinese theatre in Hollywood. On the island of Ceylon towers a sacred mountain called Adam's Peak, where the alleged footprints of Buddha and natural erosion can be seen. The foot emblem is a very ancient memorial of the dead. Apuleius, the golden ass, steps, a peculiar step in Osiris initiation ceremony. Isis, sorry. Isis is the sacred name of Ra. In Freemasonry, steps were fluid, initiation in a tomb. Tombs were considered holy, e.g. sarcophagus in the king's chamber in the Great Pyramid. Approach to tomb was a ceremonial way to approach to show respect and veneration of the order. Various positions of feet were necessarily followed to show respect. The 3 grand steps symbolically lead from this life to the source of all knowledge. The My chest is not liking being cold. I'm going to move us into the sun. I'm going to chase Ra. Chasing Ra. It's not that sunny here either. It might be a little bit warmer. Oh dear goddess, I have to watch about, not getting myself even sicker, because that would be a disaster. So I'm quite depleted already. Right, I just have to reposition all of this, lift myself up, ascend to the 3 steps to the sun god. Ah, here we are, my darlings. Don't mind me, I'm not going anywhere. I've just got a delicious imagination sometimes. Right, how can we do this? Right, where were we? The symbol of death. So now we've got an echo, but work with me, people. The symbol of death is the coffin or altar to show passage from this life to the next one. Pardon me. When you reach the altar, light is received, i.e. immortality. Master's degree is 3 steps: youth, manhood, and old age. Simple way of allegorizing all systems of initiation, ancient and modern. So I don't even know what he's waffling on about there, because sometimes he would waffle and I'd be just like assiduously writing it down. But yeah, sometimes I think it just seemed to be missing something there. Anyway, washing of the feet. Israelites wore sandals barefoot in the home. The first duty of the host was to give water to wash the feet to the guest. It was customary to wash feet before meals and before going to bed. In deep mourning, they abstained from washing the feet. In some cultures, they don't wash properly for 7 days. In older times, there were laws for the priest. The High Kohen washed his feet and hands before giving a blessing. At the tabernacle, altar of burnt offerings, between these 2 brazen vessels, i.e. made out of brass, he washed here before entering the tabernacle. It was the duty of a wife to wash her husband's face and feet. Priests had to wash feet and hands twice to ensure proper cleanliness. On Shabbat, Shabbat means the Sabbath, and Tisha B'Av, which is a fast day of mourning, it commemorates the destruction of the temple. I think the second temple would be the second temple. Washing properly is forbidden as it is considered work. Unless one came from a long journey, then you could sponge yourself instead. Angels are assigned to one spiritual station, no power to rise higher than that particular station. I'm not sure that's correct actually, but then I don't know, because I'm no fucking angel, am I? But I feel like that can't be quite correct, because angels appear in times of crisis, and they must be able to move in and out of dimensions and out of other stations and in dire need. And maybe I'm wrong and they're right, but it's just something about that doesn't sit right with me. Anyway, Isaiah saw a chariot of fire, as did Ezekiel. Isaiah saw angels standing around the chariot. Angels are not supposed to move. They have no feet, a pedestal. And again, I don't think that's quite right. But then, when I had the visitation from Sir James Douglas, otherwise known as Black Douglas, who was the compatriot of, Robert the Bruce. He appeared beside my bed, and I could see through him, but I could still see the colours of his kilt, which was red, and his black shirt. And I looked down, he had no feet. And then I didn't freak out too much, because I'd read before that spirits often don't bother to manifest feet, because they don't walk in the afterlife and in the next dimension. Nobody walks. They glide or fly, or I'm not sure exactly how they move, but they have no need of feet. So when they appear to us, they forget to add feet in. And so when I saw that was confirmation that I was indeed seeing a spirit or a ghost. Although, why a ghost, a Scottish warrior ghost, appeared beside my bed in October 2018, I still don't know why he came to me. But it was fascinating, and for some reason I wasn't frightened either. I always thought when I saw my first spirit or ghost that I'd be utterly terrified. But no, I was just more astonished than anything else. Anyway. Amida means the column or pillar, the standing prayer. The one who prays must stand and not move during the Amida. That's correct. Candle lit moves the light. The Jews are moving all the time, prevents extraneous thoughts from distracting the mind of the prayer, meaning the person who was praying. Angels have no feet, are positioned in one plane, can't move out of it. In the spiritual realms, there are many levels. Now that's true about there being many levels. That is correct. But I still think that angels are able to move between different realms. I'm certain of that. I feel it deep inside my heart. The physical world is created for the spiritual world to advance either upwards or downwards. Otherwise, the angels are bound to one level. He's doubling down on that one. To nullify a spiritual relationship through action in the physical world. Then how can that be, if that's true, just for argument's sake, right? My angel has told me numerous times, even in recent months, that if I am in danger or have reasonable fear of being in imminent danger, to call upon them, and that they would be by my side in a nanosecond. Well, if angels can't leave their spiritual station, how is it that they can move and fight for you to protect you in a nanosecond if they can't leave their stations? Doesn't make sense, does it? Anyway, and then there's all those documented cases where, people have been in car crashes or strange things have happened, angels have appeared. So I don't know what he's waffling on about there. I really don't. Jacob's ladder stands on earth and reaches to heaven. Things on the ladder can only be bound together when standing on earth. Two Sephirot can interact with the physical world, then they can interact with each other. Kabbalists' primary interest is in the unifying the Sephirot. The Sephirot are the 10 different spheres on the tree of life that represent different attributes of spirit, soul, creation, heaven, I guess. The flame, the candle, the wick, the blue light, red light, and yellow light are gases which emanate from burning the wick and the candle, i.e., oxidization of wax and wick. The only way we can rise to the ethereal as there must be the candle. Sephirot represent different colours of the flame. They can't unite without the physical candle and wick. It's only possible when flame is attached to it. Bringing your feet together when praying is a true sign of submission, says Rabbi Akiva. Pesach is the barley festival. Shavuot, fruit. Sukkot, the lulav and etrog. Sacrifices were brought to the temple. Shavuot was the giving of the Torah at the foot of the mountain. God gave first 2 commandments. The people all died. Then God gave them back their soul. They reanimated. Then Moses gave them the other 8 commandments to strengthen them to form a vitality. Sounds like we were all bloody golems, doesn't it? Zombie, zombie, zombie. Here's to full vitality, babies. 613 commandments. In Judaism, most prayers have to do with feet, e.g. Amidah. Before praying, you step back 3 steps and advance 3 steps, then stand still during the Amidah. Then when finished praying, go back 3 steps and go forward 3 steps. It's correct, we do that. Also, Kaddish, we step back 3 steps. Also, Kadosh, 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 we lift our feet up as if rising, as in we lift our heels up, stand on tippy toes. Millions of angels are taught and given talents for a particular mission. They are not given extra information as they cannot advance above their station. See, that part may very well be true. When 2 angels appear on earth, they are really only one. An angel can ask another angel for assistance with a mission on earth if he does not have enough knowledge alone, as God only provides each angel with what he needs. The end of that lecture. Then we continue on with the heart. In the letters of Rabbi Akiva, the letter Lamed is written with Lamed, Mem, Dalet, short for Lev, or heart. Mevan means understand. Da'at means knowledge. Its value is 608. Lev equals 32. Lamed equals 30. Vav equals 2. Chava, which means Eve, equals 19. 32 times 19 equals 608. Lamed means to learn is to teach. In his commentaries on whose commentaries? I suppose we're still talking about Rabbi Akiva. In his commentaries on Adam is the secret of the brain, and Eve is the secret of the heart, and the snake is the secret of the liver. Interesting. Adam refers to the prototype brain. Eve refers to the prototype heart. Adam and Eve are the prototype spiritual forces of giving and receiving. Supernal intellect, Chokhmah, Bina and Da'at, our divine nature which flows down to the heart. Our thoughts and feelings go to the heart. E.g., if you are cheated, if you are primitive, it makes you want revenge. Well, I wouldn't say primitive, just upset and angry and outraged for good reason, am I right? They always want you to aspire to be something suprahuman, forgetting that you can aspire to those things, but in the meantime, you're still a human, putting your pants on one leg at a time, am I right? The heart has 2 ventricles. The left is full of blood. This represents the negative urge. This flows through all the limbs of the body. The right ventricle is empty, the inclination towards goodness. One is Yetzer Hara and one is Yetzer Tov. Yetzer Hara is the evil inclination to do evil, and Yetzer Tov is the good inclination. The man and or woman union is the gift of the secret of knowledge. Example, Adam knew Eve, or student and or pupil. Adam is the archetype of the intellect, and Eve is the archetype of the emotions. Adam has to contract his intellect into a point in order to convey his teaching to the student. The point is called Yod. He needs to speak at their level. Fucking misogynistic, condescending bullshit I call out on that. But never mind, it's Kabbalah and we will keep reading. On the other hand, the student has to become a fitting vessel for the new teaching, need to nullify themselves, in brackets, expand knowledge. The seal of wisdom, Yod, descends from the brain of Adam to impregnate the full consciousness of heart, Eve. The secret of the letter Lamed is the heart and aspiration of conceiving wisdom in the point of Eve. Touching the heart with the palm of your hand. The palm is the power to actualize the vessel of knowledge. The Lamed, the heart aspires upwardly and reflects insight. Vessel equals Keli. The Keli is the power to actualize the potential by the palm of the Hasidic master. Eve is the primary concept of vessel. The humble and sincere heart of wise passion continually aspires to ascend higher and higher in his comprehension of God through the Torah, God's word. You must be humble. Arrogance will get you nowhere. Sincerity will access the knowledge. If you use the wisdom to make money, it will be lost. Well, that's an occult law across all traditions, not just in Kabbalah, by the way. I was even impressed when I heard Dr. Armand Hillman say that he's not charging money for teaching ancient Greek to people on YouTube or the internet, because to do so is in contravention of, cosmic or spiritual law. So that shows me that although his knowledge is more bordering on the dark side of the left-hand path, let us just put it delicately that way, He knows his stuff and he knows what he's teaching, and therefore I'm keeping an open mind on learning from him. I had Kabbalists constantly humiliating me, wanting to humble me by denigrating my vagina. So I'm quite certain the Satanists actually, historically, the few that I met on Pal Talk, were treated me with much more respect and honour and sweetness and kindness than I encountered in my Kabbalah classes. Just saying. Oh, the irony. And then, of course, those men forgot or had no gnosis that I, as a shaman, with integrated both female and masculine attributes due to decades of trauma, gifted to me or forced upon me since early childhood, that when they denigrate my female form, that they were having to deal with my masculine warrior goddess attributes flaring up quite righteously and calling them into account for their filthy actions. By the way, they seriously underestimated me because I'm a woman. Well, wherever you are, Emmanuel and Davidson, you'll be answering for that now. Or so I hope, or there truly is no God. Now, where were we? You need to obliterate all previous knowledge from home, school, etc. You will learn the truth at a very high level. Sounds a little bit like brainwashing or MK Ultra to me. Why should you obliterate all knowledge? All knowledge is power. You take what you receive from it. Receiving is Kabbalah, and if it's of practical use to you, you store it away in your memory banks, and you'll be surprised how often previous knowledge comes into play, especially in crisis situations. If they want you a completely blank slate, completely obliterated, as in frontal lobe obliterated, it can't be for your highest good. And that's my opinion on that, and I'm sticking to it. Says she who was munted down on psych meds for 15 years to recover from those two bastards that were in that class, by the way, the teacher and his acolyte. Our limitations are physical, emotional and intellectual. Lev equals heart. Its secret is two lameds face to face. Abraham Abulafia, two blood vessels leading to and from the brain, from the evil inclination, and his mind is thinking about it. The mind feeds the heart, the left ventricle. He will want revenge and feel sorry for himself, melancholy, pain. But if his evil inclination is under control, he won't worry about the theft, etc. He will see it as a test. Maybe the money will be wasted otherwise. So, sounds a bit here to me like victim blaming and gaslighting, but if you can rise above your situation, like I've had to many times in my life, where I was utterly destroyed, not just by those men, but others, my family of origin and people that came along after. It is kind of spiritually ennobling and a mark of high prowess that you can rise above it and just go, ding, let it go, Let it go. But I stay in victimhood for no man, woman or child. I fought too long and hard to be alive, to let any other mortal trample me ever again. Just saying. At the level of divinity, it represents divinity hovering over and descending from above. Hovering, hatoret, touching and not touching. This is similar to a mother's devotion to her children. Torah, touching and not touching the heart and mind of man. Something elusive in the Torah. Unless you keep on reading until you comprehend it, this hovering cannot take place. If you read with humility and or sincerity, then you will get the inspiration, the touching. Yeah, ask Money Wax how that went for him. I don't even mean that as a joke. It's sick. It's sick what they did to those little boys. In the sanctuary, in the most holy place where the ark was, raping little boys with all their fucking touching. Sorry, I had to have a little pressure cook release some rage there. But you know what I'm talking about, don't you? It is a source of divine inspiration to know and receive God under the chuppah. The chuppah is a canopy which attracts and unifies father and mother and bride and groom in the sanctity of marriage. The 30 attributes of Malkut at the level of Atzilut, the world of divine unity, consisting of 3 dimensions of the vessel, inner, middle and outer worlds, each holding 10 sephirot, equals 30. Malkut is the ultimate vessel. Malkut is our earth where we put our feet down on the ground, right? Everything that is perceived, our environment on this earth or on other planets, wherever you might reside, my followers on YouTube. I'm saying that tongue in cheek, by the way, but you know what I mean. Whichever land you are standing on, your foundation is Malkut. Atzilut, which is emanation, is inner. Yetzirah is middle, and Asiyah is outer, the world in which we dwell. Okay, Asiyah. At the top is purity. Going down, there are different degrees. Example, there are many mansions in the house of God, to quote Jesus Christ. My Father's house has many mansions. Kingship at the level of Atzilut equals divine Ani or Anochi, I. The kingship of each of the lower worlds is its own sense of ego. Any person who says I is referring to their own spark of God. The concept of I is an important concept. One should not push the I in advance. The more you push yourself forward, the more you lose it. Example, chasing glory, etc. In the Jewish, the revelation is present for every concept of I. In the Jewish month, 30 days is the death and rebirth of the moon. Waxing and waning of the moon symbolizes Malchut, personified by King David. When we bless the new moon, we say, King David lives forever. Bina, or higher mother, and Malkut, lower mother, the cycle of 30 days, relate to the secret of the heart, the basic symbol of Lamed. The lunar month is the fundamental unit of the Jewish calendar. Veit equals corresponding lines of the letter Veit correspond to 3 general levels of revealed consciousness. Every conscious revelation has a certain degree of concealment. Secret in everything, mind, heart, deeds. There's a lot of activity with the birds at the moment, just taking note. The top line of Veit means heaven, the middle downwards line, heart, the bottom line, earth, the north is open. Emotions means motion of the soul between heaven and earth. The invisible left the north and the concealed left heart. All modes of feeling from the lowest physical forms as thirst and hunger to the highest realms are connected to the heart. What? Anyway, the Sufis equals nefs, nefesh, desire. Nefesh more frequently relates to the appetites. It is self-determining and self-attaining. Lamed is to teach and to learn. 2 lameds facing each other means student and teacher. Also 10 sayings, the Decalogue of the Torah, not the other 613 commandments. 10 sayings, Decalogue, which represent the other 613 commandments. There are no hierarchy of the commandments. God is the only one who apportions which are the important ones. Man does not have that choice. If you commit adultery, you are stealing and killing also. You destroy someone's family. If you shame someone, they blush. Another symbolic killing as you draw the blood to their face. He forgot conveniently about that when he went on about my vagina though, didn't he? Or maybe they were aroused by my redhead freckled blush. Sons of bitches. I'm still sharing the knowledge though, because I learnt a lot from those bastards. How not to be them. As if I would ever aspire to be them anyway. Vicious they were. There are channels on our body through 10 Sephirot where we receive the law. If we break the commandments, we block the flow. The person does good deeds, tikkun, to connect the blockages in the world. I think that should say correct the blockages in the world. Yes, to return the correct flow. Pharaoh is the evil urge in man. Lungs, re'ah, changed. Uriah by Gematria means fear or awe. You only have to mention lungs to me and I start coughing. It's not good, people. The reverential awe of God restrains the ahavat, which means love of God. If you have too much love of God, you lose your physicality, e.g., you become a fanatic or religious nut. Therefore the lungs restrain the heart. Fluctuation dominates the pulse and rhythm of the breath in the lungs. What is the to and fro of the breath? The two emotions of love of Hashem and fear of Hashem. The positive of being life in the full, the negative of being removed from physicality totally. One urge to reach God, break all boundaries. One urge which pulls us back to earth. Your heart is an altar. The Baal Shem Tov said, it is written, there shall be a constant fire burning, never to go out. Example, the Ner Tamid, which is the eternal light, a lamp they leave shining permanently day and night, all year round in temples and synagogues. In whatever you are doing, let a part of your heart burn inside you so you can fan it into a flame, so you can serve with all your heart, soul and might. Levavacha, 2 bets. Why 2? Bets or veit is a Hebrew letter, by the way. Levavacha. To love God with both inclinations, the good and the evil inclination. If you're going to commit something ungodly, the pull is so strong that you rush to do it. You should take that rush, the enthusiasm, to turn it to the right, good inclination. The evil inclination makes us human. The good inclination, morality, decency, the excitement, enthusiasm can be diverted to use for holiness or goodness. Why are the senses of sight, hearing, smell, but never taste and touch? Sight, hearing and smell perceived from a distance, taste and touch are too personal, never used by descriptions of God. Understanding, thoughts of God, but we never talk about the imagination of God, as whole physical and psychical life springs from the heart. Such expressions as tahor, pure, shalom, perfect, etc. typifies the heart. The hypocrite is a man with a double heart. Lev comprises whole psychic phenomena, the centre of the innermost part of objects other than the human body, e.g., heart of the tree, heart of the ocean, comes from the Hebrew language. Kore, centre or innermost part, used conjointly to designate the inner and outer life of man, seat of all moral and spiritual life. Moral and religious conditions of man wholly depend upon the heart. It is the seat of evil and good impulses. Like the time he gave me $5 and said, here, buy some lollies for your children. But it wasn't an act of charity. Again, it was kind of a sneering, condescending attitude. But I took that money and I did buy lollies for my children. And we ate and shared in the lollies. And all I could think of was, you bastard. Money means nothing to me. I can't be bought and paid for. So it was it sounds like an act of submission that I took the money, but it was actually an act of defiance. I'll take your fucking money, you dirty motherfucker. Oh, but they cost me dear. They cost me dear when they colluded with my mother and that creature I won't name. They cost me my rightful inheritance. They really were animals. But my birthright is gifted from the gods, am I right? And money means nothing. When I enter the void, or the great mystery, or Valhalla, or the next dimension, or heaven, or whatever you want to call the afterlife, no amount of money can be taken with me. All I will have is my spiritual wealth garnered on the coalface, fighting evil right up in its right nostril, as I did back in the day. The wicked, their hearts control them. The good control the heart. Don't let your eyes wander around when at prayer. Hypocrites, but anyway, at least I can laugh about it now. 3rd of June 2019. That's the end of those lecture notes, by the way, but I just thought I would share them with you because they're interesting, even with my commentary and my own lived experiences. They're still interesting. As I said, knowledge is power. It's what you do with it that makes it powerful, by the way. The drainers are here with the bobcat repairing the sewer again. Oh well, they came very promptly, so I'm not complaining. The drainers have finished work, all done. He had to replace the junction as they put the wrong size old earthenware pipe into a new PVC one, so it had to be cut up and completely replaced. Idiots. That's what I've been dealing with on this land. Complete, utter idiots. But it's sacred space and it's a government house and they send boys to do a man's job, and it's just frustrating beyond belief. One drainer to do that job, plus the guy that does the excavating. Last time it was 4 men and none of them did the job properly. Infuriating, but it's over now. 3rd of June 2018. My former friend Gail used to skits out if I referred to anyone else as my best friend. At that time, I had 3 best friends. It could get a little vicious. Nice to be loved and all, but I can do without the cat fights and competing and jealousy. Fuck that shit. I'd rather be alone, which I mostly am. A weird life. Can't make that shit up. It's true. She was that insecure and codependent and demanding and a bit fucking pathetic, by the way. And jealous of me. It wasn't just my friend she was jealous of either. Sick it was. But here we are, still alive in paradise. At Wynnum Beach, Bobo had a swim. I took off my ankle boots and socks and paddled with him. Beautiful day, no cold breezes or wind. Peaceful, blissful day. On the way back I realised my boots needed repair, but as they are quite old, I threw them out instead. Decluttering is addictive. I walked back to the car, barefoot and carefree. Time to head back home, I guess. I am a homing pigeon, but it was a nice break at the beach. Bobo was joyful. 3rd of June 2016. Happy and grateful and so blessed to be surrounded by friends who are true and loving, supportive and generous and kind. I could not be in this life without your grace, beauty and love. The beautiful Sally sent me a care package for Bobo, laughing my ass off. Along with cat food and cat litter, she sport me rotten with all the most delicious goodies. Raisin bread, whole grain bread, sourdough bread, crumpets and croissants, beautiful brie and cheddar, a huge pineapple, a pomegranate, big bag of mandarins for my flu, Lindt chocolate and New Zealand peanut slabs and Watties spaghetti, a Kiwi's delights. Watermelon, carrots, garlic, sweet potatoes, lemons and organic dates, even a gourmet lemonade, sweet corn, mushrooms and lemons. There will be feasting chez moi. Thank you, Sally. You are so lovely to me. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Oh, I forgot. Eggs, strawberries and cherry tomatoes and avocado. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And New Zealand mainland butter, which is of the very best quality. The best. La crème de la crème. Or should we say, la beurre de la beurre. And it was lovely to see you again, my Sally. I do love you, and I'm so grateful to your generosity to me, all my friends' generosity, but especially in including you, my darling. 3rd of June 2015, 2:35 a.m, going to sleep again, so cold, got chills, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control. Uh-oh, not really, not one to lose control, except of my temper, smiley face. I have had a lovely night talking to Nigel in New Zealand and then Annie in Wales. The internet, amazing. While talking to Nigel, I baked a key lime pie. The HRT is kicking in, complete with bellyache and nausea, but the thing I feared is happening, the taming of the Tanya. Hell no, I won't go. HRT made me a bit domesticated, babies. I guess you had to be there at the time. Then I watched the next episode of Coven on American Horror Story, and one of the witches said, I just made a lovely key lime pie. I thought that little piece of synchronicity was delightfully hilarious. I hear you, sister. Tomorrow, if my appetite kicks back in, when or if I dispel the acid reflux and the nausea, I will positively feast on that pie. Cuddles with Herman. I had to adjust his collar as he crowed this morning. He's a lovely, affectionate boy. Oh, my little baby. 4:19 p.m. This is still in 2015, people. I'm very ill, drinking honey, lime and cinnamon tea to drive the infection out. Ugh. Also, sore back, very sore back, which radiates through my stomach. Feeling hammered by the universe. Nothing unusual here. Even my ears ache. Not painful, but the kind of dull ache you get in high altitude. Nevertheless, I rang Jared and chatted in a very hoarse voice. Crystal is in Ireland, but has no phone or internet yet. She got patted down by French customs who didn't believe her voluminous, beautiful breasts were real. When they were done, she thanked them for the interesting massage. Ha ha ha, my girl. What a bunch of pricks, actually. Surely French women have notoriously high lifted bosoms. So I think that was a bit deliberate, actually, as a form of sexual harassment. Anyway, I'm glad she dealt with it humorously. I would have been livid if it had been in my position. But I'm proud of my girl, holding her own, à la française. I have been in the garden pottering, fed the chooks, topped up their water, spread ash from yesterday's fire on the roses. I saw little Pee-wee Herman, Hermes Trismegistus, chase off the scrub turkey, who was 4 times his size. Nice to have a man about the house. The turkey is back though, eating the chook-laying mash. It thinks it is a pet now. I don't really mind. The universe is abundant and provides for all our needs. Amen. 7:41 p.m. Lying in bed on my electric blanket, cranked up to 3 to try to soothe my back. Terrible pain. I haven't taken painkillers for it. I might have to submit. Penny is on my belly, purring ecstatically, staring into my eyes and licking my hand occasionally. Penny kisses. She is trying to heal me. Adorable girl. 9:15 p.m. I made corn fritters from a recipe Crystal gave me before she left. I was so hungry I hoovered 6 of them. They are delicious. No wonder my belly was aching and making weird noises. I was in so much pain I didn't feel like eating, but now, well satiated, mama. I have taken 2 painkillers for my back, now making another lime, ginger, honey, and whatever I want to throw in it. No JD or vodka in the house. Damn. Oh wait, kosher wine. Yes, a spot of that may go down very well. It will be a bit like Glühwein, only with lime juice in it. Smiley face. I must be a bit better if I am wanting food and booze again. Mwahaha, not really, but the wine and lime sounds stimulating. Yum. Glühwein with real star anise, cloves, chai tea, cardamom, kosher wine, lime juice, and 2 teaspoons of honey. Then I topped it off with 3 echinacea tablets to drive out the infection and or congestion. I hate being sick. Hate it. So I'm giving it my all. The worst thing is the back pain. It's grinding me down. Actually, it feels like my bones in my spine are being crushed. Hopefully, the Panadol Osteo will kick in, useless stuff, If not, I will try a Panadol. Fort. I will not submit. Just had a visit from Mr. Crow, Charlie. Right next to you. Here I share a meme, still in 2015. My goal is to create a life I don't need a vacation from. Hello. To do so, I have recently, in the past 4 months, had to eliminate several toxic people from my inner circle sanctorum. One was literally drowning me with her negativity and demands on my headspace. The final crunch, her envy over the merest thought that I might get a boyfriend, not ever wanting me to be loved and happy. Then she demanded I chop all my banana trees down. This is Gail, by the way. It was her birthday yesterday. I don't miss her. Charlie! 3rd of June 2014, 3 a.m. I've been outside setting up the new Silky's cage. I had to padlock and wire both chook pens shut as I saw a fox on my way home and freaked out that he might get my girls. I will have to buy 3 more padlocks tomorrow. I put the new little hen in her new cage, but she was not impressed at being moved outside in the middle of the night. I made a nice nest for her, as Kim thinks her eggs will have been fertilized. I put a stick through the cage bars for her to roost on. I think she will be okay. I put fresh laying mash and water in both coops. Now time to sleep, knowing the hens are all comfortable and safe. Then I will need to socialise them tomorrow. Later I wrote, I'm teetering on the very brink of a very tall, frightening diving board, waiting to lurch forward into the abyss, the depths and the fall, which is softened by the clear, cool, welcoming waters, celestial as well as earthly. I am holding my breath in awe and in apprehension, for who knows how long or deep is the fall and when I will resurface again. My toes are cramping as I hold back from this new experience, holding back from fear and grief and loss. But when I leap, it will be a new beginning, a new direction, a new journey that recycles back into a life that is beautiful. Oh, bless. I have done this so many times before, and yet I have always landed amongst love. Love holds me safe in its hands, embraces my spirit, and guards my earthly body and my etheric bodies. Love whispers to me, don't give up, jump, jump, I will catch you. Love for me has been like a long white cloud, floating and changing and shifting, letting me slip down, 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 then raised me up like precipitation, so my tears can fall again and again to form another silver-lined, sun-kissed cloud. Perhaps it is my tears that catch me in the ephemeral, soft caress of light and love, Even fog brought its own comfort in my childhood. The foghorns advertising that the seagoers, the fishermen, were struggling through the bitter cold to plight their troth to the abundant sea gods. They did not want to be lost, but I knew I was lost even then, and found too. I belonged to no one but God, and He took a long time to emancipate me. Yes, He did. Far, far too long, actually. It was too much damage wrought by the time I got emancipated. But to you, Holy One, the Great Master, who even in his shitty timing for mortals knew what he was doing. He, she, or it, by the way. God has no gender. The awesome thing is, when he, she, or it did, I was still kicking at walls and pain and didn't notice it. The fool knows when he leaps, he is supported by the entire cosmos. There is no fear or trepidation, only a wry sense of mischief and adventure. May my next adventure be worthy of a smile and unconditional love. Feeling euphoric and unconditionally loving. It's all bubbling up inside me. I guess my angels are healing me. I am so happy about my new granddaughter rabbit, Suki, who Crystal tells me is being settled in very well. And my new little hen, who is sitting on her nest, being a mother-to-be already. My home and garden is abundant, prosperous, joyous, sacred space. Hashem is smiling down upon me, and I feel greatly loved and appreciated, albeit by the unseen one. Life is good. Nothing else matters but that my life is good, and I am surrounded by loving people and the rich goodness of what life has to offer. Here in 2014, I shared a meme, a quote. A woman with a beautiful body is good for a night, babies. But a woman with a beautiful mind is good for a lifetime. And I replied, yup, because my body is ravaged by time and chocolate and hot chips, but my mind and spirit are untouchable, laughing out loud, eternal. Wow, my higher mind that I'll be taking with me when I go, am I right? 3rd of June 2013. Lovely sunny morning. Yes, you read me right. I woke around 11 a.m. Gasp, horror. Quite cold though. Still lying in bed looking at Facebook. But I've been up, made a cup of tea and let the chickens out. I still have a cold, so pondering what dastardly deeds I might aspire to today. So far, I think the washing and perhaps a jaunt in the garden. Floors need doing too, smiley face. Later I wrote, no washing done, only the mattress protector which I need to hang to Moz. To Moz is slang for tomorrow. Crystal visited around the same time that Jared arrived to show me his car he inherited from his stepfather. So exciting. He finally has his license and a car to drive. I am so happy for him. Then Gail, we'll have to start referring her as creature too. Then the verminous one invited me for dinner. I must say, she did cook me some lovely dinners. Credit where it's due. So I ended up being busy all day, came home at 8:30 p.m. and watched Game of Thrones. Lovely day. Now lying in bed with Zulu, who is purring loudly and trying to kiss me, which usually equates to him drooling on my face. Gross. So I am ignoring his feline advances, so he is now licking my arm with his raspy tongue. Less gross. Night all. And I miss my Zulu. He was a black Persian. Like, he looked like a Persian cat, but he was black and really fluffy, and the big wide Persian face. And he drooled constantly when he was affectionate and happy with his mama tea. And he couldn't really help it, I guess. But it was a bit cat drool on your face, people. I love my cats, but I draw the line at that. But I did love him dearly. 3rd of June 2011. I have had a spectacularly happy day. New earrings, noise, interesting dialogues with friends, noisa, and an evening spent with all my lanterns lit, a fire burning, a Bacardi and orange juice. I know, still no Coke or pineapple or coconut. Laughing out loud, listening to music, chilling on a cool and beautiful windless evening. Blessed by the gods and living on a new paradigm for a change. What more can a woman want? Darn, my precious and rare bottle of Bacardi is over half empty, and I promised to share it with my darling Gail. No more Bacardi for moi. Why do I promise to share things? I should be more selfish. Missing out on Tudors because I've watched DVDs last night, and now I've replugged the set-top box in for TV for my bumhole. I can't get a picture and only sound, so not impressed. Oh well, it's been a lovely night, so it won't kill me to miss out on Henry VIII excesses for one night, I guess. It was promising to get rather exciting though. Damn it. 3rd of June 2009. My house is in order. Just have to vacuum and mop floors and do some polishing and finish cleaning the spare fridge out, and I will be back to an appearance of normalcy again. Until next time, I let the house fall around my ears, laughing out loud. And thus concludes today's readings of Even Date. And that was convivial and delightful and so a bit fucking triggering, reminding me of former friends and a former Kabbalah teacher and former lover. But life goes on. I've survived all of them. And I'm getting slowly better with my chest, I think, moderately better. And it was a beautiful day today. Charlie's extremely happy today. She's been singing and playing and twittering, and she's currently sitting on her swing. I'm going to bring her in because there's a chill in the air now. It's only 3:19, but the damp dew is already settling in. feel it forming as we speak. So, wherever you are in the space-time continuum, have a beautiful day, blessed fellow people of Earth and other interdimensional entities. And yes, talk to you tomorrow. Goddess bless. Bye for now.